with us, we on a sister ship. Yeah, we on a sister ship. Roll with us, we on a sister ship.
Sister ship, we got this now. Come on, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about.
Sister ship, we got this now. Come on, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about this, talk about that, talk about faith, talk about facts. Let's talk about living, talk about giving, talk about family, talk about healing.
We're my sisters, we got this, sisters. You roll with me and I'll roll with you. We're my sisters, we got this, sisters. You roll with me and I'll roll with you. We're my sisters, we got this, sister. You roll with me and I'll roll with you. We're my sisters, we got this, sister. You roll with me and I'll roll with you. Sistership, we got it. Come on, let's talk about it. Woo! Sistership, we got it.
Happy everything, holidays, everything. Today's show, we are here to celebrate all love. All love. All love.
Yes,
Whatever your feelings are, whatever you need to uplift you during this holiday time. We are so into the holidays. However, I want to get it out the way because my spirit has been going through so much. My brother, my friend, legendary hip hop artist, Kango, UTFO, the Secure family, my kids, to Sean, Gio, AJ, and Nancy. We are just here at Genesis Radio, Terry, all of us at the Sistahship. We just want to let you know we got you, we love you. You know how I feel about you guys. Want to thank Kango. I was sharing with Tiff. We did a show with him with the Sistahship, and he literally had found out 2 days prior to filming with us and still filmed. That's the kind of work ethic he had, and that's the kind of energy he brought. We used to talk ish all the time. I've known him decades of love. So, repose en paix. People don't know I'm French as well. First of all, Kango was the first Haitian rapper. Okay, White Club. I know that's right. So, mi amor, I know that's Spanish. Mon frère, that's my brother. I love you. 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 And we are here for your family. So I just wanted to, again, and colon cancer. What took our brother. So please check yourselves. Early detection.
It's so important.
Watch your food. Watch what you're doing. Drink your water. I'm not saying that was his story, but again, just really, really.
Our health is our wealth.
Our health is our wealth.
Absolutely.
Tifco, check her. Please, okay?
Listen,
get on her page.
Listen,
do your green, your juice,
I'm guilty.
your keto. Sometimes, well, we all
Because
cheat.
After the little COVID thing, I 15 pounds. So January 2nd, we've all agreed that we're going to go on Our Health Matters and we're going to get these pounds off. So we are promising each.
Wonder why.
I'm starting now. I'm going to get a jump on.
Get a jump start.
Yeah.
I always want to wonder why everyone wants to do this cleanse on my birthday.
That's right. Everybody's birthday.
Cleanse on my birthday.
And
my other child is a Capricorn.
That's right. Because
So we Capricorns.
That's
okay?
right, Capricorns.
Don't forget
And
Lisa.
yes, and are we in Capricorn season? Yes.
Right after Christmas, right?
Let me tell you something.
Capricorn.
Capricorn is the best sign. We are the Alpha and the Omega. We end the year, we begin the year.
That's right. No
And
other
Jesus
sign does
Christ
that.
is a
Okay.
Capricorn.
Hello. Come on.
Hello.
Hey, hello.
Say
Let's get it straight.
No,
here.
we are here on the Sistahship, and we are so amazingly blessed. First of all, we have the crew, and it's going to be so many people from the crew in and out today because we are celebrating holidays, and we are in here now. I mean, Tiff and the Sistahship, and we're giving away gifts and food. The food smell is bananas here. Pushing it into y'all. The food smell is bananas.
The double Dutch
Y'all,
tea
you know,
with us.
we got the double Dutch. First of all, hello, double Dutch.
When I used to jump double Dutch, they used to call me Bam Bam. Wait, because I would get bam,
40 plus double
double Dutch.
40 plus.
40 plus.
Doesn't help. You gotta be in good
Up
shape.
here on this mountain, okay? Up here on this mountain, we got what we did. Did you go to the electric guy and get the cords while he was coming to put the cords? That's what we used to do when I was a kid. When the electric guy, when Con Ed guy would come to put the cords, we need some rope. We need some rope.
Oh, yeah,
he
yeah,
would
the
cut
electric-
us and that was the best rope. I'm sorry.
Oh
I'm
yeah, the
sorry.
electric cords were the
I'm
best
trying-
rope.
I'm
Yeah,
really
they
dating
held the
I
ground.
really, she clearly knows. I'm too old for the 40
Oh,
double
Jesus.
Dutch. They're like,
Never
what's the next level?
Never too old. Never too old.
That's the
We
next
also
time
have
right
the
there
J
to be
spot
out
with us, which
We got
is
the
Jackie.
J
She's upstairs
spot.
right now, and she deals with children and human trafficking.
Human
so we're going to
trafficking,
talk
which
to her
we'll be
about that.
talking
because
about in
in
January.
January
Right,
we'll be
right.
talking
We'll
about
be
human
talking about,
trafficking.
yeah, the
So
J
it's not
spot.
just about COVID. You
Yeah.
know, it's all the other things
Right.
There's
that are
so
going on,
many
that are
things
going
in the
on that we have to
news.
continue
There's
to
so
look
many-
at.
There's
yeah.
so much going on that
There's so much going on.
it just it creates a level of anxiety for a lot of people.
Right.
And I know as a grandmother, this granddaughter who's moved out and has her own place, and she works at night. She's a night person, so she works from 7 p.m. till like 2 or 3 a.m. And I'm always saying to her, park close to the job, to the door. I said, don't park away because predators look for people for easy prey. If you up at that door where somebody can see you or where there's some cameras, you know, they don't want you. They want the person that nobody is paying attention to,
Right.
you know. So you know, I think every mother is consciously aware of this trafficking thing and feels a level of anxiety
It's
with
a
respect
level
to
of
our
anxiety.
children.
It's a level of anxiety. And again, here we're going into 2022.
Right.
Okay. And we have been through so much for more than 2 years at this point.
Oh,
And first of all, you need to listen to Genesis Radio every day, all day, and not those other
24/7.
networks because they just drive you crazy. I was just saying, we went out as a sistership. We went and supported one of our local restaurants out here. I'm going to say because their food is good.
Okay.
However, you need to sponsor Mementos because I'm talking about you.
okay.
But our listeners is trying to find out what you're about. It is good food, but Mementos, we need a check. However, so
Hello. Yeah. Hello.
I was sharing that how I was away in Atlantic City in a hotel for like 7 days, and TV is whack in hotels. You know that. And I'm not technically savvy to bring a wire stick magic and whatever. Yeah. So I'm just the only thing is the 5 channels and the news is one of them.
Yeah.
Literally, I was shaking every day. I didn't want to walk out. I'm like, I need 10 masks. Somebody stole a car with the kid in the car. And it was just like all this information. It's an overload. And it's a repeat of it. It's just a repeat of it. And if you fall asleep like I do with TV, oh my God, I'm probably dreaming death all night long.
Wow. It's interesting that you say that, Tiff, about death, because sometimes around a holiday, even though it's supposed to be cheerful and joyful, some people are not happy because they lost a lot of loved ones around this time. And just briefly for myself, I just recently lost my stepfather last week. So it was like, you know, it's heavy on the family. So it was like, I can imagine how other people feel. So that's like my mom, she said, this is our first Christmas. That's our first Thanksgiving without my grandmother. She was like, I'm not in the spirit. And a lot of people are not in the spirit. So
Yeah, just don't
we need
feel
to
it.
bring the spirit to them because they'll be like, I don't even want to enjoy this. There's no, you know, part of you it died because that family member died. So a lot of people is dealing with that trauma and they don't know how to overcome it.
And the bereavement. And I know you speak a lot about bereavement and that healing and helping people get through.
You know what? It's so important to feel what you feel and not fight it.
Ooh, feel the feels.
Feel what you feel.
Feel the feels.
Fighting it is what makes it worse.
Mm.
Okay, so feel it. Allow yourself to feel the emotions. Understand what that emotion is. What's it all about, and then allow it to pass in its own time.
Right.
You know,
Whatever it
wow.
looks
But
like
but
for you.
one of the important things is while you're allowing it to pass, that you engage in some self-loving activities. That you be okay with what's going on in your life. You know, I'm going to share this with everyone now. You know, I know a lot of people wouldn't, but I had a procedure done that has now gotten rid of the sciatica that's haunted me and stalked me since I was 30. And it wasn't so bad until I got into my 60s. And then it started getting worse and worse. And, you know, I was taking pain pills all the time. For the last year and a half, I've been taking pain pills like crazy. And after the procedure, and I was noticing when I wake up in the morning, I was still in excruciating pain. It wasn't my back. It was my whole body.
Ooh.
And this morning, it's like, before I get up, before I even become fully conscious, I go into. And I realized when, you know, during my talk time with God, my prayer time with God, that what had been happening was I had become addicted to the pain pills.
To the pain pills.
And that's why, and so because every morning I get up and I take some pain pills and that get me going.
Mm-hmm.
And then I take some more pain pills in the afternoon, keep me going.
Mm-hmm.
And then I took pain pills at night to help me sleep, which
Right.
really didn't help me
Right.
sleep, but it subsided the pain
Mhm.
a little bit. So realizing that this morning, I said, okay, I am not going to become a total addict to pills.
Right.
So once I realized why I was still having such excruciating pain, I said, I'm not taking no pain pills today. And I haven't taken any. I've been moving slow. I feel the pain, even my hands, the fingertips, everything. You know, we do what we have to do in order to keep
that's
going.
another level of feeling the feels.
Yeah,
Because you gotta know.
What's going
Sometimes
on?
we numb ourselves.
Yeah,
and you were
for the
talking
pain.
about
Yeah.
Right.
losing people, and then here's those firsts.
Right.
Those first holiday, first Thanksgiving, first
Mhm.
Christmas, first New Year's, first birthday.
Right.
And we numb ourselves with something.
Mhm.
And sometimes it's sex, sometimes it's shopping, sometimes it's food,
Yes.
sometimes it's substances.
Right.
And for you, you've been dealing with again
Excruciating
another pain.
Another level
Level of pain.
And
And you're learning, you said to yourself,
today I said, okay, now I know what this is. So tomorrow I will be calling my primary care physician and tell him, look, I think what's going on now that I've gotten my back to is that I'm dealing with the addiction to the pain pills.
the management.
So what
The
do
management.
what
You
do
do
I do
differently.
now?
Right.
What how
But-
because I may not going cold turkey, and I can go cold turkey now because I got that kind of willpower, but it may not
But
be
it
the
might be great for your
best
body.
solution
Right.
for my body.
Right.
I
So
need
I'm
more
gonna
willpower
call-
right now.
Yeah.
But this is all going into why we have to keep pushing forward.
Right.
Absolutely.
So
2022.
Right.
the reason why we had this show is because we have to push forward with the traditions that we are normally used to doing.
Right.
And there was a lot of times where I said, I just can't do it this year because I wasn't feeling like it. But I had to push myself
Right.
to do what we were doing with the decorations and
Absolutely.
the different traditions.
And the
and bringing
decorations
it
are
together.
phenomenal.
They're beautiful.
I also just found okay, again, I told y'all, I wish y'all were here to smell the food. I
We
just
got
walked
some fried
in.
turkey. We
and
got some string beans, potatoes, and
Wait.
And vegan food.
No, she's already smacking her lips.
Let me say this to you. I came in, I saw this beautiful arrangement of sweets. Y'all know that's my challenge, right?
Yeah, mine too.
And then
bread.
there was
Dessert table.
this beautiful, these cookies that was just spilling in. Spilling out of something into the plate.
oh my God, that's that
And
fire.
so I said,
That's
Boy,
is this
is
for
that
us to
oh
touch?
Jesus!
And she
Look
said,
at
yes.
Mrs. Claus.
And then I said, is this the
Mrs.
vanilla
Claus.
or the lemon? Because I have been stalking
Oh my
her page. And let me tell you this.
Cookies, right?
And
About
so I
300
had
cookies
my
she made.
cookie. You know, because you know your mama always told don't act like you hungry, so I didn't, act like
Don't act like a
I was hungry,
heathen.
but I was. And I was just, and she's talking about these, talking about who won a 10, and I heard the pain in her voice a lot about this. I'm not gonna ask for nothing, but let me tell you what Jesus did.
We all got.
We got our own.
But see, this says wait, this is cause it says Stefania's kitchen, right? She was doing the damn thing when she was
Doing it. Wait a minute. Let me tell you something. And I saw them sitting here, and I'm trying to act like okay, because I know this one here.
trying to ignore them.
She's going to decorate the table, and some of it, because I remember getting in trouble for drinking the prop water. So I was like, "Is this a prop? Is this a prop?" And she was like, "No." And then I saw the name, and I'm like, "Well, I don't know. I know Stephanie's, but I don't know too many Stefanias, and I'm hoping there's not two because there's two tips. There's all these twos of people, and I'm hoping there's not two because I don't want the other Stefania's cookies because I didn't have hers. Number one, and we've seen her kitchen and it's clean. That's
right.
another piece of making decisions. When you're making decisions, that kitchen is bomb. I said, I hope that's. And then I said, well, who are these for? All am I
all cutesy wootsy.
And then Goldie stepped up. Me. All right. Thank you. Thank you. So that's a wonderful thing.
You know what? This body of women is so phenomenal. I mean, we all have our own issues, challenges, jobs, careers, businesses, etc. But when we come together, we're like little kids in the
Having a
playground,
good
having a
time.
good time. Because you know what?
And we all stay in our lane. We do what we got to do. We come
Absolutely.
together. We know what time we got to be.
Yeah.
Right.
And we support, which is the number one thing that matters. The support system is very imperative.
It's
Oh,
crazy.
absolutely.
Make sure you find your tribe.
Right. Yeah.
Because when things hit the fan and get crazy, because literally, I ain't got no clothes, right? I ran out. They all in the bottom of the ash.
So she
But
bakes. She bakes the sweater. Mary got this new song I'm in love with. But okay.
Mary is everything, and it's two, and from me. All right, I got a gift for myself. So Mary. Oh my God. So we were talking about traditions, and so what is the next one coming? Is actually Christmas, right? Christmas is the next. Before we go into that, Hanukkah. We just. The lights and
come on in here, Trish. Come on
we
in.
just went through Hanukkah.
Look at that smile.
She got to do the whole way.
The queen way.
There she goes.
Y'all are lit up.
We are
Oh my
lit,
God.
and all we got is water.
It's water.
I know about that.
I didn't even have a sip of apple cider.
Yeah, where's the coquito?
Nothing to do that. Wait, it's Sunday and it's a family show.
I didn't get it.
Today is a family show.
Oh, you mean she gave you some more coquito?
No, she didn't. This is a bottle and a half of coquito. I'm confess. I had the whole bottle and a half.
I saw a little coquito the
I
other day.
want to share with you.
Okay,
So Hanukkah, first of all, people spell it different ways.
Right. I saw that.
And from my understanding, that is really just based on the alphabet in different cultures and areas. So however you wish to spell it, happy Hanukkah. However and again, that's another thing. Let's stop getting caught up in that mess.
Yeah,
this tribe does it this way. This tribe does it that way.
Absolutely, I agree.
And while you're reading that, the reason why we actually did all of the traditions together this year was because of the diversity, right? So to celebrate everyone's tradition, to show and bring everybody together that listen, it's the same kind of holiday, but we all celebrate it differently, right? But it all. When we all come together, it makes us even stronger. So we always say stronger together.
Yeah,
We can't do it without each other.
That's why
So
our motto.
That was our motto of bringing
Stronger together.
all of the all of the traditions together. And actually upstairs we'll take pictures and we'll post them. We have Hanukkah, right? We have, what do we have?
Three Kings.
Three Kings.
Three Kings.
We have
Kwanzaa,
Kwanzaa.
and we have Christmas.
Christmas.
Upstairs.
Uh-huh.
And so we'll take pictures and we'll put that up as well. But we wanted to show that bring all the traditions together to show the
Yes.
diversity of.
And it's all love.
And it's all
And you
about
know,
love.
and as we share and go through the different variations of celebration, there's so many pieces become like the interlocking answers.
Right.
You know, the festival of lights in Hanukkah, you know, but however, Jesus, he's the light. You know, and so and when you think of Kwanzaa, then you're lighting candles again.
There's light again.
You know,
It's
so
all about light.
It's all about light. It's all about love. It's all about, you know, again, whatever you're named for, whatever it is, he, she, they, them, whatever. However, I mean that with all love. Seriously, I say Mother Earth a lot. So it's just about what is feeding your spirit and your soul and
Absolutely.
bringing you and uplifting you up.
And I think it's so important that
Giving you that
people
lifeline too.
absolutely
lifeline.
that lifeline. And let's be clear, love is the light.
Absolutely.
Okay, without love, there is no light.
Mhm.
And the extent of your light is based on the depth of the love you have for others.
Ooh, for others.
Yeah, and beginning with yourself, beginning with God, yourself, and
then
others,
transcend
because
it to
it's
others.
God who
The
taught
community.
me how to love myself, and the fact that I had been spent my whole life loving everybody else and taking care of everybody else. But what was missing the equation was love for myself.
Mhm.
You know, I just thought, you know, I mean, I didn't think about love for myself. I mean, I just thought I was here to do. But we have to, in order to do, you have to understand what self-love,
That's
the
right.
power of self-love
Right.
allows us to do what is right for other
Mhm.
people.
Right.
Not based on our egos, not based on insecurity, low self-esteem, and all of that, but true love. And there's only one
Yes.
kind of love.
Yes.
There's only one love.
Agape.
Everything, yeah,
Agape.
There's only one love, and I think the holidays bring that out or bring that to the forefront for a lot of us.
Right.
And when we remember that, if we could just carry that into 2022 and throughout 2022,
We'll be.
I think
so
that
much stronger.
a lot of the stuff that's going on right now that's negatively impacting all of us as a planet of people
Drink water.
would be a whole lot less critical, a lot less anxiety producing. So love is the key. I love
Yes.
people. If I can't love you up close and personal, I'm gonna love you from a distance by getting away from your crazy
trifling
self.
fun.
You're
Yeah,
trifling
and
fun.
let me just say, I was listening to the TP Square show yesterday, and
Uh-huh.
that would happen to be a great show, and he paid homage to Kango. And there was a quote that was said, "Tomorrow isn't promised to us." So if there's anybody that you're not speaking to, you know, and everybody's fasting, call them up, see how they're
Yeah.
doing, not
Yeah.
to just you know
Yeah.
And I went
want
to
something
see,
to just say
just to
how you
say
doing?
hi.
How
Right.
you doing?
I actually had
Okay.
one of my girlfriends. She said, I did my hair in New York. Her name is Gazel. And she called me and she was like, I just need to make sure that you're okay. And we talked for like an hour. And then we went on and that was that because sometimes we don't talk to each other for years. I mean, we haven't talked to each other since I moved to Pennsylvania.
Wow, yeah. It get like
And
that.
she called me and she said, I just need to make sure that you're okay. I know we don't talk. I see you on Facebook. But are you okay? And I said, we're going. You know,
Yeah.
there's a lot of stuff that we struggle with. People would be surprised,
Yeah.
but you
Yeah.
still have to pay it forward in any way that you can pay it forward.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
it was a matter of, okay, keep going. Because there's days where I'm like, I don't want to do this no more.
We need a Roxanne Christmas song right now. You know, and again, my brother, I went to see him 2 weeks ago at the hospital. And the last words, and before I go to the last words he and I had, I'll even go a step further, talking about traditions. So the first year, he and his first wife, they had separated and they were, you know, going separate ways. He was so used to her making food and making the Thanksgiving meals.
Right.
So here's Thanksgiving, and he's like, calls me up because prior to that, they had come to my house the Thanksgiving before. And he was like, I don't really like turkey, but this turkey is really good. Da, 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 da. So this Thursday, this Thanksgiving, he calls me in the morning. Goldie, I got to make the turkey. And I'm like, okay. And then he says, you got to teach me how to do it. So I'm literally telling him how to make turkey on Thanksgiving Day over the phone. So this year, when I went to go visit him, and I was talking to him at the hospital, and I said, you were supposed to make the turkey this year because I'm the one that the house burned down, and I thought I would go to you because you had the recipe. And he was like, and it made him smile. And like I said, right as I left, his word, I love you, Goldie. And I can hold that. So here's holidays, just like you said, we do get busy. Life gets so busy, so busy. If and for those who say it's just commercial, you're right. So, all right, so win that. You won that right. So now end that. Like you won, now end. So yes, but it also is days off, right?
That everybody's off together.
Everybody's off together.
That is family
and
time.
you can make the tradition whatever works for you, but at least it's you come together.
Absolutely.
Come together. And for the last few years, a lot of it, maybe the last 2 seasons, it was Zooming because it was just those challenges of really being. And now with whatever you need to do to get frequency and energy.
Absolutely. And I say that all the time. The rhetoric of it all, who cares? But the season, the colors, the festivities, to be able to decorate and bring us all together, that is the part that I love. All the other stuff that comes with it, I could care less.
It is what it is.
Giving back for the kids, have the kids, make sure that the kids are okay.
Talk about that today. What are we doing? Tell me what you're doing.
What we're actually doing today is a give back at 3:30. We have not all of them will be here. But there are kids that are coming through to pick up their gifts. We're giving them cupcakes. Someone donated cupcakes. Trish, I don't know who donated cupcakes.
Beautiful.
But someone donated cupcakes. Someone donated toys, and just we all came together.
The food,
the turkey. Carmen did the
giving food. And let me also say this. This is what I know too. I could be wrong. It's the second annual time.
This is the second.
So she's been here 2 years, and she's done it for 2 years, which means
we've done it for 2 years.
Yeah, but when I mean the sistership, I'm saying this has been a startup and keep going, but still not allowing that mindset of I don't have nothing, can't do nothing, I'm just starting, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, still taking into consideration and being planting the type of seeds that when you sit there and say it's hard or whatever and dirt is being thrown, that's because you was a seed. You got to grow through that dirt. And look at what she's doing. And I say she, I'm gonna say she, and I know it's we, but it's she. It's your vision, and that leadership is what brings us all to be part of your vision.
And it's about loving leadership. There's no me, myself, and I.
No.
It's always about all of us and what we, and my favorite phrase, teamwork makes the dream work. It really does. But the key is to find others who are like-minded. That's the link up.
And you got Carmen, you got Trish, you got Lady K. Tiffany Rowe, Mama C, Stephania, you got the brothership, you got Terry who, and you got Rudd, you got, Terry, he just said he was his problem child.
He said, his problem child, right? We the middle child, right?
The middle child.
We the middle child.
Wait. When we first started this, he gave me hell. Right?
Yes, he did.
Oh my God. What do you mean you put something up in the background? You want my clocks. You come in my clocks.
I know.
Oh my God.
The Flavor Flav of radio.
Oh yeah, he gave her hell.
You hear me? What do you mean you changed it? What? like, oh,
But he
please,
likes
just
it.
please,
Just work with
right?
me.
Just work with me, right? But then people started realizing, like, oh, she's changing. I'm like,
I've
just
been
give it a
beaten
little
down.
diversity for everybody.
What you say, Terry?
That's what
I've
happens
been
when a
beaten down
visionary
already.
comes in.
And that's
He
why,
been beat
and that's
down.
why I say that we are here together. But I am going to say this as a ridiculous alpha female. I love being
I
in
think
an
that's all of
environment.
us.
Yeah,
But
I
I'm
think so,
saying
yeah.
I love being in an environment where people have vision, direction, fairness, love, and
Just
trust,
love.
and I can just be submissive into their
Because she
conversation.
says, I just want to be talented. When we first started, she said, I just want to be talented.
Yeah. You know, but
I just need to come in and whatever, because I already have what, I just need to be the talent. Okay. And we all just kind of work with that, right?
everybody came in.
We don't always speak to each other at all because everybody's busy. So people think we don't. There'll be weeks when we might not even speak, but we know what time we got to show up, and then we'll all be together because that's something that we all believe in, right?
We believe in.
So
We believe in what we're doing.
Carmen did a table, 3 kings. Kalima did the Kwanzaa table upstairs. We have Marcy, Feel Better Marcy, who was our
Feel Better Marcy.
teenager.
Miss
She
you.
did the Hanukkah table upstairs. We have Jane, which is our queenager. I know she's listening. Jane, if you can call
Jane, we
them,
love you.
1-888-304-4401. We love you. We have Jackie upstairs. She just jumped right from the J spot. She was like, yes, I need, because before last year, right, Trish? Everything was delivered, right? And they were running it around. I was like, oh no. She was like, no, we could get a spot where we can bring everybody else. So she's got the hot chocolate. I think Jackie's upstairs doing the hot chocolate table, right? For the kids with the cocoa bombs and stuff
the
like
cocoa
that.
bombs.
Yeah, with the
All
new
right.
cocoa bombs that they have. So
See,
we all just came together.
and this is such a family show, and but I think we need a sexy show with all of that again. Because all of that
Yes.
with the wine and
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm like chocolate bombs and
Chocolate massage
and spots and
It is growing. And this year we were able to give 72 gifts for kids.
Hold on.
Oh, 75 because we had 4 last year. 75. Now all of them not here because of COVID. Not everybody could show. Some of them were in shelters. Some of them couldn't pick up because they did not have cars. So we went out and delivered. Now I've heard people say, well, are they a non-for-profit? But right now we are not. But we came together, and this is just something that we want.
And let me tell you something.
Put in.
From in my house,
And we doing books.
I
And
see
we're
the
doing
whole
books.
thing. I see everything that my daughter puts into making things happen. And sometimes let me tell you, sometimes we have not a clue where the money's coming from. Because there's nobody coming and saying, here's what are you doing? Or we like what you're doing, or we want to be a part. Here. It's this group of women. We all are like-minded, and we recognize the power and the importance of supporting and caring for our community. And so we come together, and it's Black women, Latino women, white women. Color is not
An option.
here. It's all about the heart. And we don't,
We just see what we just see.
You know what?
And
What
so
we
I
for
think
each
Tip
other.
put up a post, or somebody put up a post, don't wait until the money
Yeah, yeah.
comes or something like that. You have to cut. And if God will tell you, let me tell you something. The only reason why we could do this is because of everybody around, because everybody keeps going and going and going. And it
Yeah, we
wasn't
can do
because
this.
we said, I don't have the money to do it, but we figured out a way where we all came in, and little by little, everything got done.
Even the double Dutch, 40
And the
plus
double
double
Dutch
Dutch
they
food.
came in and
Exactly.
came
I
through.
mean,
They donated.
but
Yes.
you know what? When people feel
They
the
need
love,
to see you.
Yeah.
Come over
Where's
here.
Mrs. Claus?
people,
Mrs. Claus went
Claus is
upstairs.
coming.
people,
And yes,
Come on over here,
people,
come on over
we
here.
have Mrs. Claus coming today. So
Santa
And
Claus.
Mr. Claus.
and
Mr. Claus.
Santa's Santa's coming tonight. Santa's coming tonight.
And Mrs. Claus will take care of Santa later. Okay, but he's gonna take care of the children
First.
I'm telling y'all, I keep telling
family
y'all,
we
we
talk about.
need a grown-up version of this show.
Yeah.
We do. We gotta do it in the evening time though.
Oh yeah, we gotta do
Because
a special
I love a good
evening time.
costume.
Okay.
PG is
Right
kids, kids.
now. And let me just say, Edgar is in the background saying, "Don't y'all forget the men.
I
We
said
support the
No, no,
wives."
no.
Yes,
We
you
had the
did.
brothership.
And
And
that Edgar is Carmen's husband, and he's done come into the doorway. He's like, "We here with y'all."
And
We
Sean
here
is
with
my
you."
husband coming to America.
You got a bride,
we
TV
men
square.
are proud of you ladies. We say that. We're very proud.
We also
You guys are
have
awesome ladies,
Jerry
and
from the
Thank you.
brothership. We have Darren Johnson. We have Bruce. We have
Bay.
Bay.
Bay,
Yeah,
yes.
Bay Photography. He's in
And
the
Bay is in
brothership.
Puerto Rico
He's in
now.
Puerto
He and his
Rico.
wife moved to Puerto Rico. So, we're reaching a broad spectrum of people. And you know what? When people feel the love, they gravitate to it. Okay?
So let me tell y'all a secret. We also can't do this without substance, right?
Right.
So I know
Substance.
Substance is up here right now. I don't know if she's gonna make it here, but I know she's up here.
Did you
She's
see
the
her
one that
video?
does our themes.
Theme
The
song.
theme
She has
song,
done all of our
that.
songs. She does shirts.
Yeah, she does a lot of our products.
Powerful being and a
Yes, she
true
is.
artist from her,
Mhm.
they say, put the oil on your top of your head.
Go down to the soles of your
Soles of
feet.
your feet.
Hello.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Mhm.
she is just a serious queen, and at the drop of a minute, anytime we ask for anything or tip you, because this one always got another idea. Okay, we're gonna have another show, and she's like, okay, tell me the name of the show, and then once she comes up with the name, and then they put the show, and then they just give Substance a little text. Next thing you know, we got
We
like
got a song.
we
Boom.
trending on Amazon Music. We trended on Amazon Music. So I just, again, your tribe. Let's talk about Christmas. The tribe of Christmas. Oh my goodness. So for me, I grew up in a Christian church. That's how I was reared. My great grandfather was a reverend deacon diaconate board, and the usher board, and in every year, I'm Baptist every year, but I went to Pentecostal every year.
Someone raised Pentecostal.
What? Yep.
There is the Christmas pageant.
Oh, I've been them all. Okay, I've done all.
Oh,
the
Mrs.
religions. Always.
I had to roll through Detroit North before I got here.
You gotta,
As Santa Claus knocks down the
separation.
Okay.
Did you come in on a sleigh or you came on an Escalade?
I came through on both. It depends on the terrain. I hope you all been good because some of you have been naughty.
Hey, Santa, I've been trying to be naughty, but
you ain't had no help.
I ain't had no help being naughty.
I got a question.
This is for the kids. This is for the kids. So
Okay.
Oh,
we
okay.
deal with the adults later.
Oh, okay.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Merry Christmas.
I got a question for Santa. Because when I was a little girl, right, and I lived in the building, right, and I didn't have a fireplace, but I just want to know, did you come through the incinerator?
No, it was based on trust. Only one time during the end of the year did we allow everyone to just leave their doors open. It was based on the honor system. Before there were gangs, Bloods, and Crips, we had L's.
Yes.
The L's took care of everything. So as we go through the projects of Newark and Detroit and Watts and everywhere, we just want to bring cheer to everyone. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Oh,
We got the most beautiful. Your bride, your queen. She's so beautiful, Mrs. Claus.
Mrs.
Claus.
Claus.
Everybody.
When I forget get things, she brings them and tells me how I'm slipping a little bit. But we don't have to worry about that with everything because we've got Viagra. So
This was a kid's show.
oh, I'm sorry.
Santa sleeps sometimes, so you know.
What was the Guka Canoba or something?
Ginkgo biloba.
Sometimes
Ginkgo
Santa is
biloba.
naughty also.
Santa, yes, Santa.
Santa's reformed. Instead of saying, oh, ho, ho, he used to be ho, ho, hoing. Oh, I digress. Oh, that's the kids' show.
I think you're cold. I think you're getting cold.
Hot chocolate, I'm saying.
Yeah. Major cold. Major cold.
She said she's gonna give you cold, but you gotta give it pressure so she can get back a diamond.
Love that. That's right.
We'll have
Now,
to
now, now,
see.
now, Santa, did you help Mrs. Claus make these cookies, or did she do it all on her own?
All on my
Mrs.
own.
Claus has her own bakery, and she does a great job.
All right, okay, I can't
In
wait.
fact, we're trying to get adequate pricing so that we can monetize the platform.
That's right. Hey, look, I got mine, but I'm ready to have a cookie right now, okay?
Yeah, diesel's
All right?
going up, so
I
we
don't know
have
if
to
you-
subsidize.
I don't know if
it.
you saw the table out there,
Uh-huh.
but like I said, it was
Some cookies.
Yes.
Oh,
It was saying eat one. Eat one.
Try it. Let's
Oh,
see.
look at this.
Try this. This is
Ooh,
a niece,
Look at it.
I believe.
Ooh, look at. Oh,
It's
look-
so- it's
good.
like-
Oh, Lordy.
it's heaven in your mouth.
Mm.
Now, it's like, is that a lemon?
Damn.
Is that lemon or?
They're all vanilla.
Mm.
They're all vanilla, and I
Mm.
did it because the Sistahship is a blessing to me. So I wanted to bless you all with some cookies right from Mrs. Claus' kitchen.
Oh, this is,
Oh,
and
That's
it's so
good.
It's
like-
so moist.
Yes.
I mean, it's just, hey, you gotta monetize this because
Yeah.
they'll sell, honey. Let me tell you, they're better than some of the stuff I picked up at Walmart.
They are way
Yeah.
better. They
Yeah.
are way
And
better.
after Christmas, when we get the kids all settled, you will be seeing our recipe for consumption. Ho, 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 Merry Christmas.
Oh, man.
So this is the one thing.
Wait, all of a sudden he became French. I kept
Yes,
hearing
yes,
we,
yes.
we,
We- yeah.
I'm the supervisor. Merry
Supervisor.
Christmas.
So one thing that I want to say for everyone, and again, these are made from the heart, from love.
Damn,
I
these are
think
good.
that
I said that.
You did?
I think the one thing that for me was important over the last couple years is to know that gifts don't necessarily have to be anything related to money, right? It could be love from the heart.
Yeah.
And as we all know, we've lost people. We went through many challenging days, and it's important to share from the heart and to show love through gifts of just
care.
just
And
care.
it's fair, exactly.
So it's important this holiday season and any season, any day of the week to show love, be kind, give from your heart.
Yeah.
Because really at the end of the day, all these monetary things, they don't even matter.
They
Look,
don't even
you know
matter.
what? I tell my grandchildren, and I don't buy gifts for them at Christmas time because I don't really have any extra money. I tell them, look,
Extra money mean extra job.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't
They
want
don't
my life, but
subsidize
I told them, I said, look, I give to you guys so that you can have and be all year long.
Right.
So I show love and I give all year round.
Right.
So I don't want them to start thinking that the only time that they're loved is when they get
Yes,
something
right.
on Christmas.
Yes.
Right.
You know, so maybe God planned it this way, but Lord, you think you can in 2022 make it possible for me to have some more money? Because I'm like dead ass broke. Okay.
Calling out, claiming,
I claim
claiming.
it, you know,
That's
and
right.
yeah, I mean, but you know what I do have, and I always tell people, look, because there've been men on Facebook looking for a sugar mama, and I'll say, look, I'm already sugar mama to my daughter and my grandchildren. I ain't sugar mama to no man, okay? That's it, okay?
Sugar mama is a cookie.
It's a hello, you know. So I mean, when you have to
I give you a cookie,
realize
but not
what's
one of these. You
important
ain't
to
worth
us.
that one. I'll go get the cookie from Walmart
Yeah,
for
yeah,
them.
and that's tithing. I tithe all year round,
Absolutely.
and I give it. I want y'all to know I put extra love in them string beans yesterday.
that's right.
You know, so you know, whatever I can do, I do.
But
And
that's
I don't-
culture.
I don't base it on money.
Right.
I base it on the amount of love I can put into what I'm doing. Because me, love is our natural nature. That's who I am. And if I can't be loving to you and then you reciprocate that love so that we're filling each other's soul with high octane energy, then I can't do you. Okay? You go about your business.
Right.
You know, but when you come into my presence, and I think everybody who knows me will tell you, when you come into my presence, you feel the love.
You do.
You feel
When
the
you
love.
feel the hug,
Yes.
it's like,
Yeah.
That's that mama hug.
You melt.
or if you going through something, you get the hug. It's like she presses a button where the water just come out of your eyeball. They just start crying. Like she hit the button. Like, you know that string and you pull it. Oh, yes, this is what happened. And that's because she loves.
I love
It's
like
the
that.
energy. You just feel so safe that you can let some of that stuff go.
But you know what? We're all supposed to love like that.
That's right.
Love is our natural nature. Love is God. And the more we love, the closer we are to God.
You love me enough to give me one of your cookies? Because I really don't know what mine are.
No.
But do you all realize that when you put love into something and give from the heart and give from love, the sweeter
The sweeter
it is.
it is. Exactly. Exactly. You know, sometimes I was fussing with Tiffany.
So she put some love.
I
in
put
the
love.
string beans
Look,
and
when I did
potatoes
this,
in
I
that
put
turkey
love in it.
last
She
night
put
because
food in-
they had me hanging. They had me
Oh.
hanging out last night, and Lord knows I can't hang out.
But
So
you didn't
I
cook.
confess.
You
No, I
didn't
did cook, but I didn't cook. Cause this is where we would decorate and everything. I was like, I just can't. So this is where
And I said,
everybody
look,
do
I'll
their
do it.
part.
Yeah.
I
Do
love
their
it.
part. So
Yeah.
she
No,
did.
that's what I'm saying. I
Right?
love it because because let me just, again, I'm a recipient of the love, right? So this one here can cook a behind one too.
Oh, yes, she
So
can.
let's not get it
Yes, she
twisted.
can.
However, for the release of that, I'm kind of proud of you because I know that's hard. Because
No,
and
but
that's
you
when
do it.
when we're talking about love, it's like there's so many layers, and you'll see her. She'll be over here, she'll be doing this, and next thing you know, she over there like baking a cake, and then she come back over here and she putting up and then she look back and she check it. Oh, we need another, and then Terry come and say too many candles, and then she run back over there, and next thing, and then she making jerk chicken, and then she making jerk chicken, and then she making jerk chicken. I want to say that because you know if you times like Beetlejuice or something will appear.
Or like Dorothy in the Wizard of Oz, where she took her heels three times.
No, I know there's no jerk because I smell it. I know you
pork,
smell.
no pork on the fork because
No pork on
we
the
got
fork.
people in here that don't eat
No
pork.
swine
So
on the
it's fried
mind.
today.
It's fried
We
chicken,
got fried chicken. We got fried turkey. We got string beans. What else we got? We got
We got
coconut shrimp.
we got the
crab
salad, the
cakes,
pasta salad
right,
that
pasta
Hillary
salad
made.
and the hors
She's not
d'oeuvres.
feeling well. Thank you so much, Hillary, for doing that for us.
Thank you.
You are one of our earth angels, and I
She
need you to
is.
know that.
But it's
She
all
is.
about the love, and we
Yes.
spoke about Christmas, right? So
Mhm.
Christmas, the thing is that we go to the stores, we buy all these gifts and whatever, and then we broke at the end of the thing. But then there's Kwanzaa,
Right.
right?
Right.
Kalima's gonna talk about the Kwanzaa where you're not doing all of that.
Right. So, Mama said you said something in parallel that made me think about what my mother did. You said, "I give to you all year around."
Santa
It's
and
not
Mrs. Claus
just on
are
this
leaving
Christmas day.
now.
So that's exactly what my mom implemented for us. We stopped celebrating Christmas when I was at the age of 5, and she introduced Kwanzaa to the family. But it's like the concept behind Kwanzaa is to say you don't just celebrate this as one day. You take these 7 principles and you do it all throughout the
And
year.
apply them to your
and
life.
apply it to your
Yeah.
life. So that was one thing that I love that my mother brought towards us.
Mhm.
You know about Kwanzaa. So even now, like you know, as people are getting together for the holidays, prior to that, my mother was like, okay, it's Sunday, let's get together. And it's not a holiday. It's nothing spectacular about that weekend.
Right.
We just doing stuff.
Right.
What can be the middle of July here, Nehemiah? That's my son for y'all don't know. And she'll just buy him gifts. And it's gifts all throughout the year. And that's how my mother operated. That's what she taught us. So that's what my kids know. Oh, they don't get excited for the holidays because they get stuff all year round. So for the people who don't know about Kwanzaa, there are 7 principles, and I'll share each principle with you guys.
And
So
it's also Kawada, and that's again it's the common build in Swahili.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of with Kwanzaa, it came again, when people have concepts and you're here in these United States and you have different people feeling different reactions to different holidays. And so there was a piece where we weren't being represented.
Right.
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 And so, and again, because living here and being of this soil, we don't know our Swahili language. We don't know some of the principles
Absolutely.
of
Absolutely.
the culture from the continent. So that was brought here for us as well
Yeah.
as for
Mhm.
others.
Mhm.
Again, so that there is this reciprocity of love that's being exchanged. So
Right.
I'm knowing a lot about everyone's cultures and morals and religions. And we wanted to also showcase some of the things that we come from, which is organic to African traditions. So I know Nia.
Yeah, before I get into principles, because you touched based on that about where we come from. So with the colors, they do represent something. The black represent the black people. The red represents the blood that was shed by the black people. And the green represent the land.
So
Yes.
and there's a song.
It's imperative.
It was called y'all want me to sing it? Go ahead. It's gonna be real quick. As I went to Yahura Sasa for 2 years, it was camp. And I learned about a lot of this as a child. So it's praise the red, the black, and the green. Brothers and sisters, we're being redeemed. Open up your hearts and sing. We're on our way to being free. Because the red is for the blood that we shed. The black, that's for the race, that's us. The green is for the land, so the black man can take his rightful stand.
Whoa, right.
I cannot believe I remembered it. From camp.
Wow. All right. That's awesome. Look, I got chills.
Yeah.
Look at my arm. I got chills all over my arm, down my legs. And ain't nobody under the table feeling my legs.
So Kwanzaa starts December 26th and it goes all the way to January 1st. So the first day of Kwanzaa is Umoja, and Umoja means unity. Just continue to come together. As we said, we do things in the community. It doesn't have to be your immediate family. It's a community effort. It's like when people see people up like us doing stuff, they're like, who are they? We don't have to be nothing, just to prove that we want to give back to the community. So that's very imperative. You're doing that all year round. You're coming together. That helps the community.
Absolutely,
right?
absolutely.
So that's day one.
Especially when we do the shows on Sunday and we provide, as my dear sister friend Cassandra Mack would say, tools, tips, and tactics.
Yes.
That help us to live strategically rather than haphazardly. So that's so important, that this show every Sunday brings what I think the community needs, the community residents, the women, the men, understanding the love, understanding that there are, you have to develop coping skills. You have to develop the ability to realize the power of your intuitive senses and how it's trying to guide you and keep you safe. So there are just so many aspects that we share here on Sundays that help bring all of that into play.
Right. I'm gonna piggyback off of that, Mama C, because before when you was talking about how you recognize how you was addicted to your pills, right? And a lot of people around the holidays, they feel a certain type of way because it's the holidays, because they lost loved ones, right? So because you say you share tips, one tip that I want to give people, if you know someone is having a hard time around the holidays, won't you try to make yourself available to them? Because sometimes this is what people do, and this is the wrong thing. Please never do this. Never tell someone, hey, whatever you're going through, get over it. That's the worst
piece of advice.
You can
get
tell
over it.
somebody.
Really?
To get over it. Or you've been mourning over their death for 10 years, get over it. Not realizing sometimes people unconsciously, when the season does come, unconsciously their body start responding in different ways and they don't understand why they feel in a certain type of way. But you come in and tell them to get over it and it's continued. You can't do that. So instead of coming out your mouth and say that, just have more compassion, or just do something that they may like that they normally do.
Or just keep your mouth shut.
Right.
Give somebody a hug.
Right.
You don't have to say anything.
A hug goes a long way.
Shut up.
It goes a long way.
Mhm.
So
A hug goes definitely
That goes
a long way.
long way.
Being silent and
nonverbal
sometimes
communication.
what I do, because I got to work, I'm working on me too, but
Right.
I ask people when they're sharing with me sometimes, is this for dialogue or is this because you need to get this off? Because
Right.
sometimes people are telling you stuff and you be biting your tongue with, well, girl, da da da, and it's not about you in that moment. It's not about you showing what you know.
Right.
It just might be, again, that hug, that love. Oh my God, the reindeers are here.
The reindeers are here.
The reindeers are here. I'm
I
hearing
missed the elf.
reindeers.
But I wanted to bring Celeste down from the Double Dutch team
Yes.
because she wanted to join the conversation about the tradition. So
Come over here.
Okay, all right, come on, join us.
So
Thank you,
I
ladies.
wanna
Join the
come too. I don't
love,
wanna
girl.
I don't want it to look like we in two different seasons.
I'm gonna take my coat off.
Okay.
I'm gonna take mine off.
See my double Dutch sweatshirt.
All right,
loving it.
But that's a part of
But on that,
unity.
yeah, on that, and I know sometimes, okay, the spiritual part of us beings will gravitate you or bring you that person that needs to hear what you went through.
Right.
Absolutely.
That too.
So they can say, well, you know what? You're putting stuff that I didn't even think about in another box. Let me deal with it this way.
Let's
Yeah,
do it this
absolutely,
way.
absolutely.
All right, I'm gonna let you pronounce day 2.
Kujagalia, which
Kujagalia.
is self-determination.
Self-determination.
Yes.
Hello, come
That's
on.
self-explanatory.
I had to live with self-determination all my life with no parents in the house to turn to, okay? So that, let me tell you, that's a power.
You had the spirit of God.
I had the spirit of God with me all the time. All the
Mhm.
time. If not, I wouldn't have made it.
And I'm glad you
but
made
powerful
it.
you
Look,
know?
look, this is what I talk about warm. I'm freezing. This hand is warm. It's insane.
Girl, let me tell you, you should feel my feet at night.
Oh,
When I get into bed, I sometimes I touch one foot with the other foot, and I'm like, whoo, you know?
You're so warm.
No, I'm so cold.
Oh,
My
cold.
feet.
Oh, that's right. 'Cause
But warm
if she would have said she got warm feet, I'm moving over to her
Oh
house.
my God, I can't.
All right, go ahead, Khalima. Keep it going.
Especially
But
because
yes,
I know Tiff Cole do a
Mama
good
C.
pedicure.
I gotta tell you this.
Get your coat, baby.
Mama C,
Yes.
in the dictionary, if there was a word that says self-determination, your picture should be next to it. Because I'm serious, because what you have been through and you're still standing here today, that's what
I am
self-determination looks like.
determined. You know what? At 19, I said, I am now the captain of my ship. I didn't realize God was the captain of the ship. I thought it was me.
Uh-huh.
But, you know, that determination
Moving through you.
to move forward and not allow anything else to damage my life was my goal. And anytime something begins to infect my life and thus affect my life, look, there ain't nothing like conscious awareness. Because the moment I become aware of it, I do something about it.
That's right. And that's
You
a
know,
great
and that's
thing.
the key to living. You gotta be sometimes we're so busy doing a multitude of things that I'm talking about Tiffany Cole right now. That, you know, she left the house today with the keys to my car. So she had to leave here and go back home.
All right, Sean.
You know what I'm saying? Because
All right,
she was
Sean.
her mind was just not there. She was just whatever. But that's her every day.
Right.
Where's my keys? I can't find my keys. I can't find my glasses. I can't find this. I'm like, I need to give you some lessons on conscious awareness. Very important. Because otherwise you drive yourself crazy.
Or
She has it.
I'm
she
gonna
just got so much on her plate.
help
Yeah,
my
I know.
sister. I'm gonna help my sister because I'm gonna help you out. It's called getting seasoned. Put things in the same place
Absolutely.
every day.
Every day. Every
The
day.
same cup holder. When I come in, when I walk through, I put whatever in my pocket.
In the
right
same
there.
place. Absolutely.
And then that way, I don't have to. That's why every home I have has the bedrooms on the first floor, because I don't want to know later that I can't go up and down the steps.
Yeah, exactly.
I just, you know what I'm saying? I want to just recognize
Let
the
me
fact.
look, I know that now. Going up and down the stairs. My grandson teases me. So sometimes he'll be in the kitchen and go, oh. I said, are you mimicking me? And he starts laughing. Because that's what I sound like going up the stairs, like, oh, that's what the
You know
back.
what you tell him?
Yeah.
Your mother lived inside of me with the eggs of you.
Oh my God! Hello, you
So
know.
traumatize the boy.
Oh no, let's try.
Yeah. You know, so I get what you're saying. And in this place I live, my bedroom is gonna have to be on the first floor with a full bathroom. Okay, because let me tell you, you do reach that age where it becomes a little more difficult.
Yeah.
Unless we start double dutching at 40.
No, I'm not
Well,
gonna.
you better start your double dutching way before.
Yeah.
Actually, so you're good and seasoned by the time.
I know, because
Right.
you should see the beauty and the energy that just flowed in here, and I can see you are about just expressing life,
Yes,
Yeah.
I am.
and I love it. And it just
Unapologetically.
Unapologetically,
I love it.
exactly.
It feels
Hello.
so good. You felt so good coming in the space.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Really quick, and I want you to continue. Share a little bit about the double touch.
Okay, well, just real quick, my name is Celeste, and I'm from Philadelphia originally.
Okay.
I moved out here just a little bit over a year ago, not too far from the Poconos. But it seems as soon as I moved and all the things with COVID hit, I spent a little more time on my computer. I'm on Facebook, and I just came up on this group of ladies jumping double dutch,
Right.
looking like
Okay.
they're having a fantastic time together.
Right.
So I'm like, well, wait a minute, how can I get involved? I'm in Philadelphia. There's several groups in Philadelphia. Let me reach out.
Right.
I reached out to both. Our very first meetup was charity.
Wow.
We gathered things to give out to the homeless
Wow.
in Philadelphia.
That's community.
69th and Market, if you guys are familiar with the area.
Right.
In, West Philadelphia. So that's the very first thing we did.
Right,
We didn't jump double dutch.
Right.
We went to give to the homeless.
That's awesome.
So, that was it for me. Not only am I going to have fun, but you ladies
The
are
philanthropic, the
God
heart, the love, the
loving,
spirituality. Yes.
people loving, and fun loving.
And fun loving.
You can't
Nice.
lose with that. You can't lose with that. So
Oh,
I was
yeah.
already on a journey trying to lose weight, so that just pumped me up. Okay, you better get your workout on. You have to be able to hang with those ladies jumping double dutch. You haven't jumped in a while.
Absolutely.
Now it's been over a year. I jump almost every single weekend.
Nice.
We hula hoop.
Okay.
We,
I can probably hula hoop. I don't know about the double
So,
dutching.
so
Yeah.
I'm sitting here saying you
can
got
do it.
together, and I know the third principle is Ujima,
Yes.
and that's collective work.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
Yeah.
And listen,
Yes,
we
indeed.
just had a master class
Hello.
on collective work.
Yes, indeed.
Finding your tribe, finding the things that feel right to your spirit,
Absolutely.
and bringing that frequency and that vibration into the room. Guess what? Like minds will find each other.
Oh, absolutely. And you know what? And one of the things
right now.
absolutely, and one of the things I think is so important is, will y'all please stop trying to get in and fit in where you don't belong?
Right.
How about
That
that?
makes your life miserable.
Stop
Right.
putting a
Just
square in a circle.
Exactly.
That's right.
You know, I see somebody, and I see people on Facebook, and I'm like, okay, this person is trying to get in and fit in
They
and
don't even like
belong.
you.
And when you have a certain level of spiritual development, you know they don't belong there.
Right.
Right.
They're
You
just
do.
trying to get in and fit in because they've not found themselves to the degree that they love themselves wholeheartedly. Everything is about what they have.
Right.
You know,
Yes.
it's not about who they are.
Yes.
And once you understand who you are, what you have doesn't make a
That's right.
damn difference.
And
Yeah,
who
you made a
you belong
difference.
to.
And who you belong to.
Who is your
Exactly.
father? Who is your
That's
father?
right. That's
Right.
right. That's right.
That's all that really matters.
You know, exactly. You have that. I tell people, one of the things I always say when I talk to people and they say, oh, well, I have a personal relationship with God. I say, oh, okay.
Well, I always ask,
Well,
when they say
no,
they're
no, no, no.
spiritual, I say,
No, no,
what
no.
spirit?
Well, yeah, what spirit? But you know
Right.
what? But when you develop an intimate relationship with God,
Right.
that's what that's when you know you talking to somebody who has a connection to God. Because I used to go into churches and they say, oh, I have a personal relationship with God. But their personalities, I'm like, what God you talking about?
Right.
What God you
The
talking
God's
about?
with the
Their
S at
person.
the end.
Yeah,
The small, the capital, the lowercase G, and the S at the end. That God.
that God.
They're worshiping all of these things that
Well, they
surround
only
them.
know
And-
they only know what they've been conditioned to
To know.
believe
Right.
and
Yes.
whatever.
Absolutely.
Conditioning has
And
screwed
that-
so
again-
many of us up.
Right.
So we have to go back and look at what it
And it's
is that we
purposeful,
need
though.
to yeah, of
It's
course we know it's
purposeful. It
purposeful.
was
You
created in
can
a certain
create a
kind of way.
slave or keep a slave
Right.
if you can make them believe certain things.
Absolutely.
It's
Oh,
vibrating.
it's vibrating, yes.
And that's the thing. That's the beauty of all learning about the different cultures and the
Absolutely.
different ways of celebratory engagement.
Right.
And again, because I know the fourth day is
Ujema,
And-
and that's cooperative economics,
So-
and that's to build and maintain our businesses and to
Mhm.
profit from
Right.
one
And
another.
so
Support
let me
one
say this.
another.
Okay, so the 26th is 1 day, 27th
Second.
is 2 day, 28th is 3 day, 24 means we need to support each other's e-commerce.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we are talking about love, and we definitely we can make. Look, I made a skirt, so we can make.
Hello.
We can make things.
We can make things happen.
Right.
However,
Wait a minute.
we also
Wait
need
a
to
minute.
bring.
Azuka made all of us knitted. She made this for me.
Oh,
And she
really?
made
Mhm.
hats, and she makes everything knit.
I
So
love it.
everyone gets to pick a hat and a
Oh
banner
my
that's out there that
gosh.
she
Oh my
made.
That she
gosh.
made.
She knits
And with
in like
love.
1 or 2
With
days.
love, but
Yeah,
then
I'm
on the
talking
fourth
about.
day, we need to go
Love you,
spend our
Zuka.
money there.
Right.
Yeah.
We
Right.
need to, here we are. You have Tiff, who you have Steph Fire. She makes she sells paparazzi. She sells jewelry.
Yeah, the
She sells
paparazzi.
jewelry.
Right.
Mhm.
I sell real estate,
I'm in the finances.
finance.
Marketing.
Tiff does the nails, the feet.
nails,
right.
She does the marketing. She can get you an events planner. She can.
She does everything. All
Mama
around.
C, she has books. Hello.
Yes.
Hello. I'm going to say, what date is that? I want to mess it up again.
That was the fourth day.
26, 7, 8, 9, 29. December 29th. We need to make sure we got books. December 29th. Everybody, you here every Sunday. You're here on the Zoom. You're here on the YouTube. You got the brothership. You got all these things. It's happening. We're giving back. We're doing it. But on the 29th, I'm gonna employ you all to buy a book.
Mhm.
That my sister,
All
my
of
mama.
all of
I
my
love
books
it too.
are available on Amazon.com. And let me tell you, each book was a representation of my spiritual growth and development. From that moment,
each
I
time.
realized at different from the beginning, different
Times.
phases and spiritual development. And let me tell you, and I people say, well, why don't you say? I said, first of all, I tell people, if you want to grow spiritually, get my books. Even if you don't want to grow spiritually, just get my books, because there might be something in there that will help turn the light wattage up.
Right.
You know,
And if you're
or
gonna
on.
get to know her more, get a book. If you have to just share with someone, you are good. I know you don't need no help, but you might want to use a tool to help someone else.
Absolutely,
Right.
absolutely. You know,
Give
absolutely.
that person with the book. Hello.
Hello, and you know,
A
one
New
of the
Year's
books that's
gift.
most popular is my relationship book. If he's hooked on P blank 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 blank, buy him a cat. The spiritual rules for dating, relating, and mating. Now, the whole thing is to fill in the blank. Okay, and if you don't know how to fill in the blank,
That's going to be our Valentine Day.
I got it, Mama C. But you
when
know
I did
what?
a book signing at Walden Books when it was in the mall,
Right.
that was the book that sold the most.
That's
You know, and the
course.
guys were really they were just tickled at the title of the book, you know. But you know what? I try and
But
keep
was
it
bigger
real.
than that. Yeah,
You know,
bigger
I
than
wanted
that.
to say the actual word, but my publishing company wouldn't let me. So I said, okay.
You were ahead of your time.
I was
'cause
ahead.
now we
I'm
got
always
one.
ahead of my time. I'm
We
like,
got everything nowadays.
Everything now.
yeah, exactly. So you know,
That's when Crystal slapped Alexis, and you couldn't say the B word
You
until
couldn't-
after 10 o'clock at
until
night.
exactly. You know, so you know, the bottom line here is all my books, I keep it real. Okay, I ain't trying to front. I ain't trying to be somebody I'm not. get the book, read it. You got any questions? I'm on Facebook. You can always messenger me and ask the question. And if I get enough people, I may start a group on Facebook where we
Let's
talk
do
about
it.
it, because that's what gets most women and men, but mostly women, into real trouble when it comes to relationships. You're thinking that you got enough love for both of y'all,
Right.
and that the love you give him is going to be returned. Not. It doesn't work that way.
And this is the time, and again, giving love to all. This is the time when relationships do fall apart.
Yeah.
Because somebody don't want to buy you a gift.
Just saying.
So that being said, we want to get it back into my favorite day.
Right. Well, I'm going to piggyback on
Okay.
what she said, because she said, I'm just being me. I'm just being real. And that's great, because you know what? On the 5th day of Kwanzaa, you know what that represents? It represents Nia. Nia is purpose.
Purpose.
You know your purpose.
I know my purpose.
And you walk in your purpose.
Walk
A
in my
lot of
purpose.
people are out there so lost. That's why they don't
And
have
I
purpose.
answered my calling. Okay, don't think that God ain't gonna call you.
That's
there
right.
comes a time when you're gonna be called. And I'll never forget that time I heard the call at 3:00 in the morning. I sit up in my bed, get ready to respond. I said, "Hey, fool, you live by yourself." I just heard this voice calling me loud, and I sat up. I woke me out of my sleep. I sat up, and I was gonna respond. And then I said, "Hey, fool, you live by yourself." Then I laid back down. I said, "God, was it you?" You know.
Oh.
So I mean, it was. That's a whole story.
Living in
That's-
purpose
it's-
is.
So once I understood what my purpose was, and I answered the calling, because you can understand what your purpose is, but if you don't answer the calling,
That's the most
then
important.
you can screw up the whole thing.
Right.
And within purpose, you know, we are building.
Mhm.
Right? We're all building.
We're all building.
This is the sistership. We also have the brothership.
Mhm.
You said it's been a year since you started the group. I mean, been a part of the group with the Double Dutch. And your purpose, I loved what you said. You're like, I got to get going because these women is doing it.
Yes.
So, and it was about being, not saying I want to be better, but I want to be able to bring my A game, because they
Right.
bring their A game, and we elevated each other. So
Absolutely.
my purpose was, I'm going to lose weight, but I'm also having a good time. I'm getting stronger. I'm with like-minded people. I'm building myself up. And in the midst of building yourself up, now you just shared, you got 2 books.
Yes, indeed, I do. I actually wrote my first book in 2019 before I knew anything about the Double Dutch Group.
Oh, okay.
But what happened was I write books on credit to help
Okay.
people
Build their
repair
credit.
or build
Okay.
or maintain
Love it.
their credit.
Love it.
So the first book that I wrote is called Seize Your Power of
Mhm.
Excellent Credit.
Mhm.
And the motivation was that I was horrible with credit as a young person.
Mhm.
I'm still
In
horrible
college,
with credit.
they
That's
sent
how
me-
they gave it to you,
They
right?
sent me all the credit card applications, and
So
of
funny.
course, I wanted all of them.
Yeah.
Until
yeah.
I ran them all up and couldn't pay for
Couldn't pay for them.
until
Yeah.
my credit score was in the low 500s, and I couldn't get anything. Anyhow,
Right.
no way. Like
Right.
you're
Right.
lost. You're done.
You're done.
So I finally figured out the system.
Right.
I finally figured out what I needed to do to build my credit up, and I knew so many other people didn't know.
Right,
So
right.
I went on
knowledge.
Amazon. I self-published
Mhm.
both
So
of
did
my
I.
books
I
to share with everybody
I
else.
love
Oh,
it. I
absolutely.
love
That's
it.
what we're
I
supposed
love
to
it.
do.
Yes.
We're
love
supposed to bring the best of who God created us to be to the table,
Exactly.
so that other people can eat.
That's right.
And what they eat has value to their life.
That's right.
But please, other people bring something to the table too.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
saying.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Oh,
just
yeah.
saying. Don't just come hungry.
Don't come
I
on.
mean,
Bring
you know,
it. Exactly.
Bring
It is.
It's
It's all about
what's that
value.
big word?
Right.
Reciprocity.
Reciprocity. Exactly.
Right.
And it's important. You know, one of the things we do with the sistership is we're all about win-win. If we want to win, we're gonna make sure you win too.
Mhm.
We're gonna make sure that we do what we can to help you win too. It ain't about us winning and you stand on the sideline just watching.
Right.
No,
Right.
if you're watching, we want you to come on in and be a part of this winning team
Mhm.
and understand that we all bring something to the table
We all bring
that will
something.
help us all. Otherwise, we wouldn't be together.
That's right.
Mhm.
And as women, life lives inside of us.
Oh,
That's right.
yes, life. I mean,
and
for real.
we are we are hand in hand with the Creator
Absolutely.
to bring life. And that being said, I know the next day.
Right. So the next day is Kulumba, and that is creativity.
Yes.
Oh, my creative juices be flowing all the time. Sometimes I have to say, "Oh Lord, have mercy, here we go again."
That's why I gotta remind y'all. That's why I gotta remind y'all to go back to the e-commerce, because and that's real. Because I will say this, and I love my creative beings, and I love having that kind of frequency around me. And I'm a creative being as well.
Mhm.
But sometimes, I always tell people, as my friend Todd taught me, and Terry, I know you know him too. The word is show business, but the word business is way bigger than the word show.
Mhm.
So we
Hello.
have to remember
Hello.
with these creative beings,
Mhm.
how can we share, but also how the world appreciate us by allowing us to have a roof over our head, allowing us to have light, allowing us to have food, so we can continue
For our family.
to give you the best version of us.
Absolutely, absolutely. What's the next one? Is that the last?
The last one is Imani. Imani means faith.
Faith.
Imani.
Oh Lord, I had to have plenty of that.
Yes. Faith goes a long way.
Imani.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
Imani.
We needed faith to get through the day.
Yes.
Just today,
Yes.
every day.
Yes, every day.
Yes.
Every
Yes.
moment.
Yes, yes.
And then we go to bed at night, we gotta have faith we waking up in the morning.
That's
Gotta
right.
have faith.
Okay.
But all of those days, and again, implementing these principles in, again, if you gotta, and it's a lot. Sometimes all this is so much information. If you can take one principle and start to make that part of your meditation, well, part of your prayer, because
Right.
prayer is when you speak to God. Meditation is
When God speaks to us.
back to you.
Exactly.
So part of what your mantras are, and if you don't have a mantra, start creating a mantra for yourself.
Yeah.
Start taking, these moments and these principles and these concepts and these ideologies, and it doesn't take away from, Jesus, Allah, Buddha, Jehovah. It doesn't take away from any of those
exactly.
moving parts. It just adds to.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I'm interested in? The three kings.
Yes.
I don't know much about the three kings. I know you could. What is that all about? The three kings.
In Puerto Rico, after they celebrate Christmas, they celebrate the three wise kings. And back then, me growing up, I remember my parents setting up the table with the three kings and a little bowl of fruits. Because back then, the people that were travelers coming across, were hungry.
For hungry.
Mhm.
Okay.
And we didn't have those riches.
Right.
Our riches were fruits
Right.
and nuts.
Right.
So I grew up with that custom of having a little tray with nuts. And we would give the travelers that protein
Right.
to
Yeah.
sustain them.
Absolutely.
With, of course, a little bit of wisdom, of religion, whatever they were looking for.
Right.
So that's why the three kings are different kings.
Right. The three
Because
kings.
it's not just
The three kings that came to the birth of Christ.
Exactly.
What's beautiful, because even in Hanukkah, there's always a celebration of food, different type of food. I don't want to I don't want to mess up names, but I know latkes is, I believe it's a fried,
Yes.
and different times it's like the food is representation of the region, what was necessary during this time to survive,
Nourish
to move.
oneself.
Yes, and all of these different pieces. So with the three kings, they traveled to Jerusalem.
Yes. And during those travels,
The star.
yes, that's when they needed where there was
That nourishment as they
Yes.
traveled to achieve whatever goal they had set out
See
to
the birth.
achieve, to see the birth.
money
To
didn't
witness the birth.
wasn't
Part of the process.
Not at all,
Yeah,
no.
yeah. It was about
More so
nourishing
the
them,
food.
keeping them
Yes.
healthy, while as they
Yes.
journeyed across the land.
That's
Yes.
right.
And that's what life is all about.
That's right.
It really is, And we could bring nourishment to spiritual nourishment to one another.
Mhm.
I think that that is the most powerful and dynamic nourishment of all, because there's nothing worse than someone who is not in tune or in alignment with their spiritual self.
I have come across so many people that are so educated, but then when you talk to them about the spiritual, they
Oh
no,
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I have nothing, and
Won't
but
talk about
yet,
it,
yeah, but then you look at them personally,
and you know.
you're lacking
There's
that.
an absence.
There's
There's an absence. But you know what? In that, with that, and that's the beauty of the different phases and levels and journeys, because I find that when I was really young, I really was involved with the higher power.
Mm-hmm,
And I think because it was so necessary for
It
my
was,
existence
for your
and my
existence.
survival.
Yeah, mine too.
And then there is a moment, I say for me, let me not say for everybody else, for me, there was a moment of cockiness.
Mm-hmm,
And where it was the me, it was about Tiffany. It was all about me and what I was doing and how I was doing this and this and that. And then you go in these other places where you will meet people along your journey, like meeting you, and then you are reminded of some of those core values that existed, and you start to not be me, but we and us.
We are reminded to stay humble.
Mm-hmm.
We are reminded to stay humble, because you know what? In a flick of a moment, it can all flip on us. And so I always remain humble. You know, there are days when I say, "Oh my God, I need a vacation so bad. I would like to have a weekend somewhere or whatever, just do me." But I don't have any extra money. So then that's when I sit back and I said, you know, the house I live in right now is 1,000 times better than any that I grew up in as a child. There's food in the refrigerator. I am able to share my wisdom with my grandchildren. So I started thinking about everything I have to be grateful for and just totally thankful for. That brings me back to that place and space that keeps me going, even if I don't have the resources or the money to do the things that I like to do right now.
But you know what? You have the resources. I mean, and the thing is, first of all, when you're in your thought, let me say for me, when I listen to you, now I'm back to me again, right? When I listen to you, I'm elevated into whatever you share. So if you start talking about the Caribbean, especially with your timbre in your voice and the essence that you bring, I'm there. I'm at the beach with you. That's the beauty of, again, that's why you're writing, how whatever you put into it, you are the resource.
Well, you know what? I think that writing, one of my purpose, actually,
Nia.
was to write the modern day testament. And that I've been doing and putting on the website. My daughter puts it on, I write it, I send it to her, she puts it on the website.
Make sure they know what the website. What website?
Yeah, the website is the Sistahship, SISTAHSHIP, Sistahship.com.
Yes.
The Sistahship.com. It's also put on our Facebook page. Because you know what? I have the ability to tune in and be in the way that allows God to speak in me, with me, through me. You know,
we are so
for
thankful.
others. And I try and word things in the way that God has given it to me. But I also have to remember that I have to word things in accordance to how people are able to receive
it.
Sean,
are you listening?
So sometimes I get ghetto because look.
Because I'm from South Jamaica, Queens.
Hello, sometimes I get ghetto because
that's my language.
The folks who are ghetto, they can relate to me. We can relate to each other. Yeah.
Yes, there's no issue with that. Let me share, because sometimes, and I mess with my husband. That's why I said, here, Sean. My husband, I tell you all the time, he has a PhD in YouTube. And but he speaks, he has such a large ray of conversation happening.
Mhm.
And he has these conversations in his mind that put all the pieces together, and he thinks, you know, you heard them all. And so then when he starts sharing, you only get pieces
Mhm.
because he's so like his levels are so high. And I joke
Mhm.
about the YouTube, but he really is. His levels are so high. And I say to him, look, sometimes you got to talk to me.
And you have to
You
talk
got to
at the
talk
level.
so that
Yeah.
I can get it. Like as pastor, my pastor, Antioch Baptist Church, Dr. Reverend Amara J. Bentley, who's actually my cousin, when he invited me to church, and I said I go to the clubs and I wear my little mini skirt. And I said, so I'm not gonna be able to make it. He said, come as you are.
That's right.
So I came as I is, or I was, and I was able to get the message that grew me up.
That grew you up.
And that's when when you share, I know you coming from wisdom, and we have lady wisdom and all that, but I know you're coming from wisdom, and I know that if you was in the hood of the hoods, you can have that
I
conversation.
can have that conversation.
If you was at Harvard Law,
I
you
can have that conversation.
conversation. And if
Sitting
you
in the
were
boardroom, I can
I
have that
that's
conversation.
right.
You know, you got to be diverse with your ability to communicate with other people.
Mhm.
You know, if
And
you
that's
know,
because you serve God.
because I serve
There we
God.
go.
Exactly.
And we need to be,
Because it's
we
funny.
need that info.
It's funny, you know. At one point, and prayer, and I'm a praying woman. I pray and meditate daily, sometimes all day. But and I said to God, I said, how do I get through to them? And so God said to me, I speak every language, from ghetto slang to orangutan.
Thank you for saying that.
And I'm like, oh, okay. So if I need to get real and speak, speak on a level where other people need to understand, but other people may not feel is appropriate. That's their issue. That's not
And
my issue.
I do that with real estate.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
got to,
when I have my conversations with different clients, I mean, I come from a place where, you know, you didn't own a home.
right.
You
right.
rented, and many people, you know, the monetary endowment, you know, might have been Section 8, and so the understanding of how to go with Section 8 to ownership. And you know, you have to have that dialogue. And I'm not saying I'm not talking about talking down, because it's not talking down. It's speaking in the language that
Absolutely.
that person can understand
what you're saying.
and that's what an accent is. Every time you speak to someone, that you're speaking to them as best as you possibly can with the tools that you have,
Right.
so that they can understand.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I appreciate you so much, because you do it. You are that person who will light everyone's candle. Not worry, and again, but when you finish, your light, your flicker don't change. And you recognize that, and you do that. With other people, for some reason, they feel if I let you know this little nugget, you're gonna take it from me, and you're gonna run, and you're gonna leave me, and you're gonna do this, and you're gonna do that, or you're gonna be better than me. And it's like, you know how many people I've trained in hair and in real estate, and again, going back to the collective, which Lady K was talking about, where you're sharing and caring. I got people that went on to do China. You know, you out there, you did everybody's hair, from everybody's hair. Forget everybody's hair. And you know, and other people that went overseas. She was doing Missy Elliott, everybody, you know. And then I have agents that I have trained and I've taught, and they sell way more real estate than I sell. But that's a blessing, and that's a testament to what I bring to the table.
Absolutely.
What God said, this is your purpose.
Just absolutely.
To share. And so
Absolutely.
I know that's your purpose, but it's also collective. I don't want to play around with the money part, because y'all like to play too much. Buy her book.
Absolutely. You know,
On the 29th.
And I tell people, you know, I don't force people to buy my book. No, I don't walk around with my books. If you want it, you have to go get it. I did the work. So if you want to understand the process of growing spiritually, because growing spiritually and being religious are two different things.
Oh, man.
Okay? The power is in the spirit, not in the religion.
Not in the religion.
And once you become empowered by the spirit of God, because there are a lot of spirits in the spirit realm.
That's why
So
I said
you got to know
spirit.
which one is the spirit of God. You know, once you become empowered by the spirit of God, Oh my God.
Yes.
Let me tell you,
It
it
transforms.
transforms.
Yes.
I'm gonna play with the words a little bit. Speaking of spirits, New Year's Eve and champagne.
Champagne. Yeah, I kind of like those spirits.
I like them spirits. So I mean, and we have all these, again with the holidays and now New Year's Eve. One of the things, and going into New Year's Day,
Right.
one of those, seemingly crosses all color lines, financial lines, and every other line is resolutions, resolving something or starting
Right.
to do something afresh and anew. And I know there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. If you need a jump start, because I will say this, like Tiff said, they're going to start the cleanse on January 2nd, my birthday, all the time. I don't know why. But anyway, start the cleanse on January 2nd. And you say, you know what? I don't make resolutions because da-da-da-da. But I'm going to tell you, when you all come together to do something and everybody at that time is doing it together, tap into that energy. Tap into that. I want to join the gym. Let me tell you, on January 2nd, the gyms are packed. But that's okay.
On January 30th, they're empty.
December,
But you know what? I started a group.
Push yourself.
Yeah, I started a group that's called Growing Into and Beyond 2022 with Mama C. And what I'm doing is getting people to start preparing now. Because you can make a resolution that you are not going to begin until January 1st. But, okay, you need a plan. You need a plan. So what I'm doing is helping people understand the power of the planning. And then growing into 2022, not with a resolution, but with a plan.
With a plan.
And
that's yes.
And that's so important.
And you know what? I know this is our last show for the year?
Yes.
This is our last show for the year. So think about what Mama C just said, a plan, putting a plan in order. And what is that plan? You could take the 7 levels of Kwanzaa. You could take, being able to give food and give fruits and the right nourishments to the collective, the people that are out there. You could say, you know what, hey, God was born, Jesus was born to be our salvation and to be what we can surrender to. Again, you can light your lights and have your festivities with Hanukkah. The first 5 books of the Bible, which is the Torah, celebrates the Jewish religion. And whatever feels good to you, but use these things and take one thing and make a plan with one of those.
And let me just
build
say,
off of that.
The best plan you can make going into 2022 is you. What do you need to do for you? Like I shared earlier, I realized that I had become addicted to the pain pills that I've been on for almost a couple of years because of the excruciating pain due to sciatica and both my knees. The sciatica pain has now been resolved, but I was still feeling that pain. So I now have another thing that I have to make a plan. So I said, okay, tomorrow I'm calling my doctor and saying, this is what's going on. This is what's happening. Is cold turkey the right way to go? What is it? I need to know what's the best way to cleanse my body from the pain pills, because my body, when I don't give myself the pain pills, my body beats my butt. The pain is so bad all over my body, even though I've gotten rid of the sciatica, it's unbelievable.
Other things.
So now that I'm aware of what's happening and why I was still having pain all over my body, even though I finally resolved this week the back pain, and I just kept saying, why am I feeling this way? Why? Ask the question. Ask God the questions. Guess what? You'll get the answer. I woke up with the answer this morning.
So here comes your tradition.
Yeah, exactly.
It is funny what you said. I always, when I'm doing workshops, I tell people it's an inside job.
It's an inside job
to take care of yourself.
To take care of yourself.
Know, and you said it earlier, feel the feels, love up on each other. Yeah. I know we're toning down the time.
Yep.
But,
I know. Terry ain't gave us the look
happy, merry, everything.
He said we got 8 minutes.
Okay, there is and again, I'm gonna go back. I'll keep going back to it because I'm saying one of the things we keep talking about. We all want to build and grow together, and we want to see each other next year.
Yeah.
And we know we are the resource. And that being said, please support us with additional resources. We have a lot of businesses that are here. We have a wonderful radio station here, Genesis Radio. Come by 18 South 9th Street.
Tune in.
No, and this is
Brown.
This is Brown.
Brown
I'm looking
Street.
at that. I'm like, well, that's
83 Brown
thank
Street.
you. I'm
That's
not
right.
wrong. Brown, I'm like, I'm saying it, and while I'm sitting here, I'm like, that's not correct.
Yeah.
Brown Street, because again, there's space still right on the station, right, Terry?
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
there's, you have something to say, you have something to share, you have a gift, you want to market your services, your goods, you want to share with the community out here. He has a great listenership. He puts together a great production. He is so kind. I mean, except to us, but everyone else.
Yeah.
So
the
kind.
sistership.
We're the middle kids.
With the middle
kids.
children. But real talk, here is a platform that's available to you guys. So please, when you come by, ask for Terry. He is here. Rudd, he's a great partner. I mean, he'll even help you bring in things because they're strong men and all that, right? So no, but I love what we have here.
But also, keep in mind when you rebuild your home,
Yes.
that you keep in mind what Mama C's bedroom was.
I already know what your bedroom. Let me
Okay.
tell you, it's
Okay. I claim the bedroom.
She's not only rebuilding. You're not only rebuilding your home. You're rebuilding your castle.
Yeah,
right.
absolutely.
In the name
Absolutely.
of Jesus.
Hello.
And my hairs are standing right now.
Yeah, I see them starting to stand straight up.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. So
Yeah.
just remember what my bedroom looked like, please.
And
you can
it's
improve on it if
It's
you like.
tattooed in my brain. And for our family, this one of our cultures and one of the things that we've always done for the whole life of my children, and I even started prior to that, was I always did something for Christmas Eve at my space. And this year, I wasn't feeling, like we said, feeling the feels. I wasn't feeling it. And I said, and at first I was going to fall into that. Okay, I'm just going to fall into that. I'm just going to lie into that. And I said, but two things. And if that has to be my muse for this, and this is my muse for this. And again, finding yourself. So my muse was Genesis and Zyla. And this is something, number one, they're used to having. Number two, I am the female woman version of what they look to. So I had to express to them in visual tone that no matter what you go through, you press and push on.
You press and push forward.
Now, the only thing different this year, I got a fake tree. I said I cannot go and cut down no tree this year. I wasn't prepared for that, and I'm not in the space. But I'm thankful. Thank you, God. Thank you, God, for this year. Whatever took place, because I'm here and I do have a roof over my head. So no matter what,
and
so
all your family is safe and
all
well.
my family is safe. The dog,
right down to the dog. Everybody got out before everything collapsed.
Everything collapsed. So I'm so thankful. And this year, without another skip, we are going to have, and we're going to continue those traditions the best way we know how, and that is with love. The other things, it's not going to be a bunch of gifts. It's not going to be as extravagant, but I'm okay with that because that was the extras. We are stripped to just loving up on each other. Absolutely. And it feels amazing.
Good. It feels wonderful. Let me tell you.
It feels amazing.
That's how I live my life. I only allow people in my space that I can love up close and personal. Everybody else I love from a distance. I wish you well. I hope that whatever is going on in your life works out, or whatever the case may be. But if I'm not getting that loving energy from people, I just steer clear of it, because it infects the life. It infects your soul, and then does affect how you respond to the outer world. So I want to respond to the outer world with love
Yes.
all the
All
time.
the time.
And I do. And so, you know, to a certain extent, most people, when they see me out and about, I'm by myself. Why? Because I don't need a posse. I don't need a bunch, because it's
You don't
being
need
God, and I just feel the love. I just let that love illuminate
Yes.
all over the place. You know?
Life, love, happiness.
Yep.
Thank you, everyone,
everyone,
who has
for
been
tuning in.
supporting with us for over this year. Want to thank every single guest that has come and graced us and have been here.
Yes.
Our production, all of the members of the Sistahship, they're not always here all the time, but they're always here all the time because we are always, that energy is always feeding and filling us up. Terry again, you know, Rudd, the production. I say that so many times because they don't get no one knows, like they know, but they don't know. But it takes so much to put a show together. It takes so much
And to
time.
keep a station running.
Keep a station running. Small business. Let's make our small business. Let's change the norm of the small business. Make it big business. Let's let this be what capitalizes and keeps us all afloat. Because we have enough people here to support each other.
Absolutely.
Again, every guest, every call-in person, all the care and what they're doing. You can hear the elves on the roof and the reindeers on the roof because that's what you're hearing right now.
Ready
It's
now.
the food, it's the friendship, it's the fellowship. Substance again. You're so gracious with your gifts and your talents. We love you. Carmen, I mean, the families, the husbands, the kids, and everybody, to all of us in the Sistahship, because they bring us and they keep us and they let us talk our mess, and they know they get embarrassed at school on Monday. And I know Terry's cutting me off, but I'd like to thank the Academy and give him honor to God first, who is first in my life. I love you guys so much.
You guys.
Thank you, Mary Will, Tiffany Cole, Lady Wisdom, Sherry, Marcy, Jane, and everybody who everyone who hires us for their events. We love you. We want more. We do it. We do it. We're here.
Show us the love.
You roll with me and I roll with you.
Hello.
2022.
All right. All right.
Carmen.
We on a Sistahship. Come with us, we on a Sistahship. Yeah, we on a Sistahship. Roll with us, we on a Sistahship.
Sistahship, we got this now. Come on, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about
Sistahship, we got this now. Come on, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about this, talk about that, talk about faith, talk about facts. Let's talk about living, talk about giving, talk about family, talk about healing.